Hey there, everybody. Good afternoon. It is 1 o'clock, top of the hour here. Uh, welcome. Welcome to MSP Webinars. Today, we've got a really fun webinar, and in my opinion, we're going to have Italo. Italo, right?
Yeah, Italo, yes.
Correctly. We talked about everything but how to pronounce your name. Sorry about that. So
No
we've
worries.
got Italo from Splashtop joining us. We also have Steven from Splashtop in the chat, and it's going to be fun. I think we've got a tech demo. He's gonna show us around the product. He's gonna answer all of your questions, and then at the end, people that are still in attendance, we will draw two winners to win Splashtop SOS. And I assume, is this a year license or a?
Yeah, yearly subscription, yeah. hmm Oh yeah, and then
Aw-
for the two licenses we're giving away, it will be a year license. Yes, sir.
Awesome. So yeah, we're giving away two 1-year licenses to Splashtop SOS. First time we've had we've had prizes here on MSP webinars, guys. So be excited and make sure you stay to the end so you can hopefully win. Real quick, before we go live with the presentation, I just wanted to talk about some upcoming things. Thursday, in 2 days, we've got our next roundtable. Thursday next week, we've got a ConnectWise Tech Talk. We do not have anyone from ConnectWise coming, but we do have plenty of people that use ConnectWise that are joining and are willing to share and help and support. So if you're a ConnectWise user or you're thinking about it, hop on in. And we're going to talk mostly manage and some automate. Very little screen connect, only because there's really not much to talk about and barely any sell. Just so that way you guys have an idea of the agenda. And then a week after that is Sophos MSP Connect. So we've got 3 awesome webinars coming up after today's awesome webinar. Okay, Q&A. If you guys have questions, there's this little ask a question section down in the bottom of Crowdcast. If you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, I will be watching those streams as well in the chat. So, ask questions wherever, and we can take care of that. Italo, is it okay if we draw winners from YouTube or Facebook as well if they're still watching?
Yeah, definitely.
And then all we need from you, if you win, is we'll need to get your contact information over to Italo so that way he can set your account up. Okay, so
Yeah.
he might blast you with a bunch of marketing emails, but mostly it's to get your account. Okay. So with that said, let's just dive right in. Italo, I'm going to put the focus here on you, my friend. If you could just kind of tell us a little bit more about yourself, your role at Splashtop, how long you've been with the company, and feel free to dive right into your presentation.
Yes, and Steve, I appreciate you setting this up. Thank you, everyone, for joining. I'm joined again with my colleague Steven here. I've been with Splashtop for 5 years now. Been here since graduating college. It's been a neat experience. We work very closely with a lot of MSPs and IT admins across the world, and we take our customers very seriously. And a lot of what we've created here in the last few years is mainly customer oriented, and we're still going in a direction where we're going to offer really, really cool product that covers a lot of automation kind of features and just make life on an MSP much easier. A lot of people usually compare us with you were mentioning Screen Connect and Log Me In, TeamViewer kind of guys, and our niche really has come in at a best value kind of price, and really work with the MSP on offering them and their customers a good value that they can provide the right services for them. I have a PowerPoint I designed here just to go over a little bit more of our Splashtop background, and then I'll jump right into the demo, and I'll illustrate and I'll demo the two solutions that I'll be showing today, which is our unattended access capabilities and our attended access capabilities. And you can see a little bit of our admin panel there, and how you can deploy these agents that we provide, and then we'll open up. I'll show a little bit of what we're working on, our new product that's coming up, the premium product with some of these more monitoring and management features, and then we'll open up to questions. So Steve, if I can start sharing my screen here, let me know if you guys can see, just to confirm, and it should be a PowerPoint slide.
You got it, man. Seeing it?
And good to go?
And it's 720p glory.
All right, perfect. Appreciate it. Should be good quality then. All right, just so again, one second here. Need to open this guy. Okay, so again, the presenters will be Steven and I. I'm a product specialist at Splashtop. I'm also work very closely with our product team, sales and marketing. Steven, support engineer, he leads our customer success team as well. We both lead our teams here, and we're excited to present this solutions for you. The agenda for today, fairly simple. We'll just go over a little bit about Splashtop, and who uses us. We'll go over our two products today, which is the remote support and the on-demand support. These are the unattended and attended remote access solutions. I'll jump into a demo to show a little bit about the application on the client side, our streamers on the end customers, or if you're managing a internal, your endpoints, and then jump into our back end and how you can manage users, create deployment packages, check some of the logs and alerting capabilities. And then during that demo, I'll jump into some of the new features that we're working on, and then we can touch on that a little bit later as far as what's coming next, and what's the vision moving forward. And I'll get into some pricing. Again, I mentioned that we do prefer to offer the best value, and we guarantee the best price. That's something that we really push upon. So I'll show how you guys can save with Splashtop in comparison to the, probably the leader in this industry for remote access solutions. And I also will go over how remote support can offer, the ability for you to make money, reselling remote access to your end customers, and how our pricing model makes it easy for you to control that. And then at the end, we'll leave it to some Q&A. Okay. So I'll jump right in. So just our company, we've been around for over 10 years now. We were originally designed for the consumer-based mobile access from mobile devices. We have a very popular application that over 20 million users use today. It's our Splashtop Personal. And that product really drove our current solutions today, because when LogMeIn started raising their prices, TeamViewer price hikes, a lot of their customers started jumping over to us and asking, hey, can you provide these capabilities for IT teams and MSPs? And we went and drove those implementations and added these features. So we're headquartered in Northern California, San Jose, just Silicon Valley. We're 2 blocks away from Apple. Really nice Cupertino, San Jose border area here. We also have a team in Japan, a team in Taiwan, a team in China. And we also offer other capabilities too, like for education and collaboration, for students and teachers to be able to collaborate. They're in a classroom and so on. And other schools as well can also use this to manage their whole infrastructure as far as the hardware stuff. Again, 20 million customers on our consumer side for the personal product, and then on the IT side of things, we have tens of thousands of businesses. We are integrated with multiple RMMs as far as offering that remote access capabilities. Some notable ones I listed there: Datto, Navis, Atera, Ninja. Ivanti does do some of the MDM stuff too. We do provide access to mobile devices as well, so they leverage our capabilities there to manage their endpoints as far as Android devices go. Okay. So now comes the fun part, the products that we offer. The way we like to separate it is unattended and attended access. Now, unattended is our remote support solution. A good reference we use is a good alternative to LogMeIn Central, Go to My PC. It gives you a centralized admin console where you can manage, your endpoints. You can install our what we call streamers. These are our agents on these end devices, and you get access to them for pretty much any device. And you have that admin console to manage them. And the nice thing about remote support, it's priced on number of end computers, so you can add as many users as you want, so you can provide users with access to their own machines. And then you can access new features like file transfer and so on. The on-demand side is our quick support tool. It's usually used for like help desk or quick support, mainly an endpoint that does not have a agent installed. You can connect via session code. So a good reference we use there is alternative to TeamViewer, LogMe and Rescue, GoToAssist. That's an alternative to those solutions. And it's fairly simple. We now give you the ability to brand the client that pops up. I'll be able to demo that for you guys. And then you can connect to PCs, Macs, Androids, and iOS with, again here, support a variety of operating systems from Windows to Android, iOS. And, some notable features are easy deployment. You can, remote print, you can do file transfer. We offer a lot of security stuff, two-factor authentication. We meet all the standard compliances, government compliances. And with the remote support, we give you the remote access, the resell user access, or, provide secondary user access. On the on-demand support, it's easy for end users. We're trying to make it, as quick to, fast to onboard them as possible. We are always open to feedback if someone has a better vision on how we can onboard these customers, because typically these customers may not be as technical, and getting access to their machines is very important for us to make that as easy and less painful as possible. Again, you just connect the simple session code, and lots of security capabilities that you can do there. And again, we guarantee the best price. I'll jump in right to the demo. I'm going to minimize my slide here and go. Oh, sorry, let me go back here. 1 second here, guys. Okay. All right. So I'm going to jump in with what we call our Splashtop business app. This is the application that needs to be installed on every device that you need access from. Okay, so this application will allow you to connect to the endpoints. Just want to make that clear, just so people know. If you do not want to install this client app, we do provide a portable version that you can have, on the USB, or you just can host on some website through your email that you can run as a download only. It does not install, and then you can get access. Next thing we have here is our Splashtop streamer. This Splashtop streamer is the agent that needs to be installed on every end device that you need access to. We provide deployment options that you can go ahead and make it easy to deploy. And then you can configure settings and security even before you deploy them, or after it is deployed, you can configure them here as well. And then, so once these are installed, you will see a list of these computers on your business application. So if someone joining us is familiar with LogMeIn, for example, it's similar to that LogMeIn Ignition application where it has a list of computers, and you can click and connect to these computers and certain things, view certain information on that computer, device name, streamer. Streamer, it's our software. We call it Streamer. Just want to make that clear. Someone's active on that computer, let you know status online since then. You have features like correct credential, delete computer, restart streamer, normal reboot, safe reboot into safe mode as well. Okay, and the other way to get access is through our SOS application, which is the attended. The SOS is the one that just generates a 9-digit session code. Some people like to create shortcuts on a desktop just to sends them to what we have, a sos.splashtop.com link, and you can see it should be popping up here. The code for actually, let me drag that over there. So when I open that app, it generates my 9-digit code, and this is where I connect via a session code. Okay, so just to make that clear, two components, or three in essence. The business app is what you use to access the endpoint devices. The streamer is what needs to be installed on those endpoints for you to get access from the business app. Okay. Now let me jump into a little bit more of the detail here on the business application. So you got file where you can get some settings. You can invite user, share the desktop. Share desktop is just a screen sharing solution you get. If you have multiple user accounts, you can switch between them. Log on instant. The view is just, some settings on how you view this list. The SOS is how you connect to a user device, is where you type in that session code, and then certain just computer lists. If you have your computer is just another view of this, and then help settings. You can send us debug logs, check what version of this application. Okay, I'll connect to a computer here to show you what it looks like when we are connected. Let me get this here and drag that over. So this screen here is a computer that I am connected to. Let me minimize this. Okay, so fairly simple. I just click connect on my business app, got access to the what I have here is a PC. I can log into this computer. As that's loading there, let me go over the features that we have up top here. A couple of things. You can disconnect anytime. If you're connected to a server, we do provide a terminal session where you can choose between RDP sessions that are active. If there are any active, you can just simply switch between them. Up top here, if we have multiple monitors, you can switch between the monitors. You can view all monitors, or you can do dual display monitors as well. Okay, let me log into this just so you guys can take a look there. Okay, so now I'm just connected to that computer in general. I have view options where I can go, original size, high frame rate, change my frame rate, low frame rate, show remote cursor. This just means if you're connected to a computer that has, another user and you want them to see their user mouse where they're moving, you can do that as well. Once you're connected to a computer, it's essentially as if you're working in front of that computer. You can, the idea is you can be able to do anything. As a lot of you may be familiar with other remote access solutions, it will give you, standard it should be very low latency, standard quality, even high quality. The way our streamers are designed is designed for high quality. As you may dig a little bit more on us online, you find that a lot of gamers use us, people that use AutoCAD or Photoshop typically use us because of that performance from using a mobile device or being able to have that quality and speed and connection. And that's how we were originally designed it, and then brought it over to the IT side of things where you can do management. So it should be very good quality on connections. Some of the capabilities we offer while you're connected are you can blank the screen, lock keyboard and mouse, paste the clipboard that you copy, share my desktop. This is just a screen sharing. If I share this, will start looping, but it's essentially just a screen share where you can send someone a link. They click that link and they'll view your screen. And then we give you capabilities like file transfer, where you can transfer these features here. Very soon we'll have a drag and drop file transfer, where you can just drag a file and drop it on your other monitor or other desktop. And there'll be background file transfer as well. Okay. And we also have a chat capability where you can chat with the end computer. If you're not on the phone or anything with someone, or someone's on that device, you can just click and chat. So this is what it looks like when you're connected. These are capabilities we offer now. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and disconnect here and share with you guys. We also allow you to connect to Android devices where we have an unattended streamer. So if you see here, I am connected to an Android device that is right next to me. And the neat thing about it, it gives you some of the features. Oh, sorry, I wasn't sharing that. Okay, right here, I'm sharing this now. So I can connect to an Android device that is right next to me. So if you support those kind of operating systems, you can get access to them as well. If it's a Samsung device or a router device, what we do offer as well is the ability to control. So right here, I'm controlling with my hand as I'm touching the screen. Now I'm controlling via my mouse. I can, just really have full control of the Android device. It does give you file transfer as well. It does give you, go to full screen, some other view options, and you can have control of that. We also provide the attended access, whereas the SOS via the Android device as well. So you can connect to an Android if no streamer is installed. So you can connect via session code as well. Okay. So with that being said, I want to go ahead and display that for you guys. So with the SOS, you saw on my Android, let me bring that up again. On my Android, I got this number here. So let me go ahead and minimize this again. From my business app now, I can just type in that number, which was a 934-045-924.
How did you pull that screen up?
Oh, yeah. So from the business application, there's the SOS icon here.
Oh,
so I can click. Easy. I can click here and then just connect. Now you see the application here is running, and let me bring this up again so you guys. Oh, sorry. Let me do this again. So if I click connect, the user does need to give you access. So go ahead and click allow there, and then that will allow you to get access to that computer. Okay. Oh, sorry, I got a crash here.
It looked like as soon as you let it connect, it disconnected from the unattended session.
Yeah, it did. It could work both ways too. I just got a crash on my computer. Sorry, I know that looks bad, but let me open this up again for you guys. By the way, one quick feedback here. I am testing. This is a beta product, so I can preview you guys the premium features. So I apologize for that instance there. Let me type that in again so I can show you guys. So I am using the latest version we have, which we're currently testing, because I wanted to, through the webinar, display
some upcoming features that you guys are
some upcoming features. Yeah, correct. So if the SOS doesn't work here, I can show it with a different product. Yeah, it's crashing on that SOS. So let me do it through a different product. This is the latest business app. But again, you guys will be able to test this here too, and then be able to see how it works when you connect to your SOS. Actually, Steven, can you run SOS on your computer for me? Just sos.splashtop.com, and then I can show that there. Okay, I'll move on here, and then I'll get back to that. A couple of things we have there is you can group the computers, and I'm going to jump now to how that works for you guys. One second here.
Wait, were you asking me or the other Steven? This is confusing.
Oh, the other Steven. Oh, sorry about that. I'm asking the other Steven.
Okay.
Okay, so in order to get the business app and the streamer up and running, we give you this backend portion where you can manage all your computers, all your devices. We'll give you session logs of sessions, file transfer, chat sessions, and then this is the premium stuff, which I'll touch in a little bit. And then we'll give you some management where you can manage all your users, all your computers, all your devices, create deployment packages, and I'll touch on the alert profiles in a little bit. Okay. So just computers, you get a computer list of your endpoints. It's essentially the same view as the business app. Let me drag that over there. It's essentially this same view here. And on your web console where you can access these computers, you can get the same settings from here as you can get on that business app. And you can also, if the business app is installed, you can also connect to this app. Some RMMs do give you sort of this view as well when they're integrated, and you can get access to them there as well. Okay. On the management side, we also give you a different view of all computers where you can get more information on that machine, more of a eagle eye kind of view where you can get IP address last time was aligned, any updates or alerts that are on that machine. To get these computers on board, we provide you this deployment package, which I was referring to for the streamers. And the deployment package to get these guys installed, the nice thing about it is, one, for onboarding purposes, we give you a default one that you can choose. And then we allow you to create as many as you want, and you can create them and configure the settings that are going to be on that agent, right? These are things like just a package name, but a computer naming room, if you want the computer to have its custom name or a sequence number or a current computer name. This can help with just organization of that list. If there are groups that you created beforehand, you can create a deployment package that is tied into a specific group. So that way, once it's deployed, it just goes directly to the group that you want it to be part of. I'll touch on the alert profiles. This is part of the premium product that we're working on. That's the beta feature that I have on right now. This is just that you can create alerts profiles to check things like CPU utilization, disk spacage, and whatnot. And you can tie a deployment to a alert profile as well. And then once that alert profile is created, you can then share it to specific computers. So if this deploys, then that computer will have that profile alerting system tied into it. And I'll touch on that in a little bit, and Steven can help us with that as well. Other general settings like auto launch the streamer, just make sure the streamer will always run as a service and always launch if the computer is restarted. You get security settings like, here's what I was mentioning, robust security. One is you can require the Windows or Mac user login. That means every time someone connects, you have to log in with a user account. The other one is request permission upon connection. For unattended, this not necessarily doesn't make sense, but depending on the use case, it can. This just means even though the streamer is installed, someone in the end device must give permission to connect. And then, you can lock the keyboard when you disconnect, lock the keyboard and mouse, lock the screen when you disconnect. You can also lock the streamer settings for admin credentials only. So for anyone to modify this, they need to have the admin privileges. And so on. The streamer here as well, you can also set a security code from the streamer. That way, if you connect, there is a security code on that streamer as well. So that's an additional security layer that you have there. On the business app, another security we have is for someone to download the app and log in, they have to have a device authentication. For that device to be authenticated, it can be done from the owner of the account, or it can be done, by just a user that you already invited to be part of your team. With that being said, once the streamer is installed, once the deployment is installed, you can create deployment package, and then you can deploy. We offer two deployment options. One, if you're onboarding new customers, you can just share this link, and this link just gives them a follow through on and step by step on what they need to do. They just download the streamer and confirm access to the admin in this case. The other option is you can just download the file and then send it to someone, or we give you some silent install parameters that you can just upload that file to some sort of deployment option that you have, and then just deploy that streamer to all these endpoints, and then make it very easy to onboard. If you already have a remote access tool, you can just use the application, the silent install parameters, and then just run that when you connect to that machine. And I'm sure there may be some questions on this, and we'll definitely address them at the end. But once the streamers are installed, then you, again, just going back, just repeating things here so I can give you a clear view of everything. You do get them, once they're installed, they do show up here and you get access to them. Now, on the unattended side of things, what we provide is the abilities for you to add users. And you can add as many users as you want, and you can also group these users. You can invite them, and you can make them a member or tie them to a specific group. And I'll show you guys how you can create groups in a little bit. If you invite them as a member, they will only have access to the computers you give them access to. If you invite them as an admin, they will have control of all the groups of computers that you have. If you have a package that's over 750 computers, we do allow you to have another layer of admin, which is a group admin. So you can have group admins tied to that as well. Now, once these users are added here, so right here I have a default group. The neat thing is I can control access permissions. So per user, I can control if this user can have access to no computers, all computers, only specific groups of computers. If I choose that, I can choose, a full group or specific group, a specific computer within a group. And then that makes it, gives you some of that granularity as far as managing which users can have access to which computers. Okay. Just to this groups here, we make it simple where you can create user groups and computer groups simultaneously, and it's just as simple as copy and pasting all these groups if you like, and then you can have access to them. They'll be available on the deployment options, and they'll be available on the user options. Okay. and then that's how it works with the grouping as well. And on the SOS side, this is for you to get the attended access connecting via session code, which I was displaying earlier. This it's a very simple management console here. You just really invite your technicians, and then you do have logs as well of all your technicians and the sessions they had. I'm going to touch on that in a little bit. But once you invite your technicians, they can then just have access via the SOS portion, which is connecting via the attended support. Okay. We do give you a log view of every session that has happened, start time, computer name, access device. So you do have some of this report logging capabilities. Very soon we will have reporting with the premium product we're working on. You also get file transfer history, and all of these logs here are exportable via CSV. We do keep up to 6 months saved here, stored here, but then you can export them in that time. We also give you chat session history, so you can have a history of that. Okay. And then we have other general account settings where you can manage, your team. Some management capabilities that you can have enabled here. You can have remote wake enabled, remote reboot enabled or disabled. Chat off session, you can control if that's enabled or not. You can set up certain notifications like a computer went offline or online. These are standard features that are tied to the account, right? Computers connected, disconnected. Of course, there's more options that we have coming up too. And on another security feature we have is we do have two-factor authentication that you can set up, and then there's the device authentication that you can set up as well. Two-factor, we do have the Google Authenticator. There's some other ones that you can use as well. And then on the SOS, it's just standard settings that you have as well. Okay, so that's just the general settings that you have on the account. Now I'm going to bring up the PowerPoint again, just so I can touch on what we're working next now. Let me go ahead and present this. Okay. Let me skip here so coming soon, what we have is our alerting, which will be CPU usage, memory disk, space, software installations. We're also going to have Windows updates, where you can push Windows updates to those devices. We'll have system inventory, event logs, and remote command prompt. Now, I just wanted to touch on this slide here. Now, let me minimize it here for you guys. Just 1 second here. So with the, for example, we have the alerts, Windows update, system inventory, event logs, and remote command prompt. Let me go from back to top here. On the application, we'll have the remote command prompt where you'll be able to run a command on the background. So you'll be able to just type that command here. Right now on that computer, I do have require Windows or Mac login. So in this case, I do need to have that user login in order to access that command. But once that's done, I can just run a command and type it. See, now I'm connected to that device and I can run commands from the background. The other one we have is chat in the background. So I can connect to that device in the background. Once it's connected, then I can start a chat. Okay. The other capabilities we will have here will be certain system inventory and event logs. Once those are tied to the back end, you'll probably be able to see them here as well. Now let me go in the back end there to show you guys that those capabilities. So here now, under my all computers, and again, what I'm going over right now is our premium product that we're currently working on. On computers, it does give me, if there are updates on that computer, Windows updates, it will let me know, right? And then, and if whatever they're running, if they're important or just optional updates, you can check on a device, and then if you need to go ahead and push them, you can push them. You do get a history of these updates on your logs, and then or a notification when these updates have been accomplished, and then you can manage them and view them through there, or you can manage and view them through the All Computers tab, where it will let you know if there are Windows updates available on that computer. Some people may be thinking about, what about third-party updates, like patching? We will have that capability in the near future as well. Alerts, these are alerts profiles that I can create and add to a computer. So, for example, if I'm on a computer and I can then check, let me go to this, if there are any alerts on that device. Right now, if I have no alert profiles tied to it, I can just go and create alert profiles and then tie it to a specific computer. So creating an alert profile is fairly simple. Let me give a webinar. I can then give it a name, and then I can add, CPU utilizations, memory usage, disk spacage, and then we give you these thresholds here where you can, control when the free disk space drive is less than a certain percentage, and then it'll give you an alert. And you get a notification here. You also get a notification via email, and then you can, once those, you'll be able to manage those. Memory usage as well, give you threshold, if it greater than or equal to 80%, alert me for that. You can, CPU utilization, same thing, and you can do that. And then these alerts will, again, under the All Computers tab, they will always come up and show up here. For example, this computer right now shows 2 alerts. I can click, and then it'll view me them, and then if they can be solved, they can be solved. Or if they're already solved, you can go ahead and solve them, or someone solved them, it'll let you know on the alerts history. And you have a session log where you have a log of all the alerts that you've accomplished as well. Going back to All Computers here, let me click on. And then when you click on a specific computer properties, from that All Computers view, you can have event logs on that computer that you can retrieve from a specific, of course, you got to choose a specific date there in time, and then you do get event logs of what happened in that machine. You also get inventory from that machine, and you can check for inventory in there, compare the snapshots from specific dates, or view and change the log from and to as well. And then user list, this just gives you a list of all those devices, okay? And then the other capability that we will be adding fairly soon to our premium capabilities will be a one-to-many capability. So I showed that we have the background access here, but we will also have the one-to-many, where you can push a file to, or a batch or a command to multiple devices at once. So those are things that we're working at now. Okay, so that's just a brief overview for that feature. We are still in beta for some of these features. A lot of our customers are testing it. So anyone that is interested in it, we can onboard you on this, and I can, do a further demo with it. Stephen will probably run that, as he's more running the development of this product. And you guys would be able to, learn a little bit more about this capabilities. A reference, if you want a reference on what the solution is aiming as an alternative to, is like the LogMeIn Central Premier product, and that's what we'll be working on. Okay, so let me go back to the PowerPoint here, and just I'll go ahead and touch on the important part of things, which is the pricing, and then we'll open up to questions after that. Okay, so on pricing, the remote support side of things, it is based on unattended access. Unattended computers. It's priced by number of end computers. It starts at the Plus package, which gives you the file transfer, remote print capabilities. It starts at 25 computers, is $299 a year. I'll show you some price comparison in a little bit, but 250 computers, $829 a year. So it's very reasonable price, especially in comparison to the competition. We do aim to be at 50 to 60% of competition price, so we're very aggressive there. So that's on the unattended remote support product. The SOS is then priced by concurrent user, concurrent technician, in this case. So if you want just standard SOS where you get quick support, it's $199 a year. If you want to add some unattended computers to that, where you can, have unattended access at any point, that's $219 a year with the SOS Plus 10 package. And then if you want the unlimited part, where let's say you're one technician and you need access to unlimited, you have a lot of computers, maybe 200 unattended, and you also do attended access, it's only $399 a year. And then let me compare just a little bit of comparison here for you guys to get a reference from the competition. For example, our 1,000 computer package with, let's say you have 5 concurrent technicians. Again, it does not limit your number of technicians with the remote support. In our case, that will cost either our basic product, it would be $999 a year. Basic just doesn't give you the file transfer, remote print capabilities, and some other usability capabilities. That would be $999 a year. Our Plus package would be $1,899 a year. If you're purchasing something like TeamViewer, LogMeIn, ConnectWise, TeamViewer, you're looking at around $5,000 for 5 concurrent sessions. LogMeIn, you're looking at about $6,000 for the 1,000 computer package on our Plus package. ConnectWise, a little bit closer to us, but again, if you come from ConnectWise and if you don't have their whole RMM, or if they do offer like 2 options as well. We also offer 2 options. We can, again, if let's say you're a current customer or you're using them, we can guarantee a better price. With TeamViewer, we guaranteed up to 50% better price. ConnectWise, maybe 20-30% will guarantee a better price as well. With the SOS side of things, just some comparison there. You're paying $199 for the standard one, $399 for our Plus package. TeamViewer, you're looking around $900, almost $1,000 to $1,500 for a concurrent user license. With LogMeIn Rescue, you're looking around $1,700. Go to Assist, which are tied in with LogMeIn now, $420 for ConnectWise, and go to Assist there. So just to give a reference there on how we want to guarantee the best price and show that we are offering the best value. And again, if you do find a best value somewhere else, a better value, you can contact our sales team and we will guarantee a better price. For some opportunities that I wanted to share for the remote support product is you do have the ability to create secondary user access. So what in essence you can do is resell that user access to your end customers. We do have a like a LogMeIn Pro alternative product, which is our business access, where individual users or business professionals can have their own account. We charge them $60 to $99 a year. The $99 a year will give you the better features like file transfer, remote print, remote reboot, remote wake that they can set up. In this case, an example here is let's say you resell that at the standard price. You already provide them support, but you can resell them at whatever, 99. And let's say you have 100 users, 99 a year. You can make a profit, a very high margin as far as profit that you can make on a yearly basis, just reselling secondary user access to your customers. Okay, and we can have some questions on that. And again, I already touched on this on the remote support premium product, which is something that we're working on, that will have these advanced features that will be more of a monitoring and management capability. And then this is on beta right now, so you can search Splashtop remote support premium on Google. It should come up to our premium page. You can sign up and do that. And I think I mentioned in the beginning, we work very closely with our customers, especially like right now, everything the demo is in beta. And a lot of customers are testing right now, and we're getting feedback. I'm showing this webinar. If you guys saw anything that you think we should go and try to tackle for you guys, go ahead and let us know this feedback, and we'll push it to our team. Steven's working with our product team leading that, and we're very open to feedback. Again, our goal is to attack the competition. We have a lot of very pissed off customers. I mean, I couldn't say enough of how many customers we have that are very upset with some of the business practice of customers like LogMeIn or TeamViewer. So they come over, they work with us, and we provide them the right service. All right. Just want to leave the slide here up as well, where you can contact our sales team, sales@splashtop.com. Our phone number extension is 125. If you're on our website, if you are doing a demo, there will be our contact information there as well. Our support team phone number is listed here as well. I can give this slide to Steve. If Steve wants to share it to everybody later, you can have this as well, or has our contact information. You can, add my direct email. It's just my and Steve on first and last name at splashtop.com. I do have my LinkedIn listing, just first and last name, if you want to add me there as well. And then we can, stay connected and any further questions and so on. So this is it. This is what I have prepared. I think I can open up for, Q&A right now. I'm not sure. I was just, rambling on and talking to everyone. Not sure if there were any questions already answered there. Steve, if you gathered any questions, Steven and I can be open. If you want me to go back and go over anything else that I did demo, I am very open to doing that as well. So,
Sounds good.
guys, if there are any questions, please. And again, I apologize for any mistakes that went through on the demo.
We've got a few here, and some were. I think most were already answered on the chat portion of the Ask a Question, but I do have to go over them again, just because all the people that are watching on all the syndicated sections like YouTube, Facebook, or watching them later as pre-recorded, they might not know that this question ever happened. Of course, they're doing yard work now. Okay, so it's gonna be good. I'm going to move this real close in the hope that it just focuses on me. Okay.
I can hear you fine.
Okay, good. Will you sign a BAA for HIPAA compliance?
Yes. If so we do have a compliance page that I can't share with that question, which does address how everything is set up. We do work with a lot of hospitals. We do work with clinics that are HIPAA compliant. We do help support HIPAA compliance. We don't store any data. It's just we do a stream, the video and those packages. Nothing gets stored anywhere. It goes through a secure tunnel. So there is no customer information that we do store. However, we do understand that a lot of these healthcare clinics do require their vendors to be help, just to comply with them on the HIPAA compliance. With that being said, we do accept BAAs. If you send it over, due to inherent costs, just having our legal team look over it, we do require that send minimum order of $700 or $800, $750 order, so we can have that looked over, and then we will sign it if needed. But again, we can send you we don't really are affected by, or we don't really do anything that affects the HIPAA compliance. We do help support it. We are GDPR compliant, so we're PCI compliant. I can share with you guys our compliance page. Or if you go splashtop.com/compliance, it does touch, and there is a white paper there that does address these in more detail. But yeah, to answer the question, yes, there is some requirements there, but we would if necessary.
I know that as MSPs, we have a lot of access to our clients. And I understand that you're not storing data, but you are providing us a direct portal to an end user's machine. Mm-hmm. And if an MSP is going to be using Splashtop and providing any tech support, even if it's to an eye doctor, if they're doing it correctly, they're going to require you to sign a BAA. Yep. And if you're not willing to sign one, or if the deal's not big enough, they may just take their business elsewhere. So I just want to make sure you're aware of that. If you look at HIPAA for MSPs.com, that gentleman actually came on and did a webinar for us and explained how the HIPAA compliance type stuff works for our industry. So it's a touchy subject.
Yeah, yes, Steve, thanks for sharing that. We haven't had any case where we went and did not sign it. We do, so I would just to make it very clear, we would sign it if it's something you require your vendors to have signed. Yeah, we do take security and compliances very seriously. Again, a lot of our customers come from LogMeIn or TeamViewer, and now we're adding the premium product. We are getting these bigger organizations that do require these, and yeah, we do sign a BAA. And if there's anything that you want us, right now we're on the process of getting SOC 2 compliant as well. I think we need to be audited for over 6 months, and we're meeting all those standards there as well. That will be, I think it should be finishing up soon. And then all the other compliances as well, that are important to our customers, we will have them.
Okay, thank you for that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, has anyone involved in the development of Splashtop ever run a successful MSP?
That's it. As far as our development team, I'm not sure. Steven, you're more in touch with ours. I don't know if you can unmute yourself.
So I don't know if you can hear me. Oh, you can. Perfect. So I can't speak for everyone on the product development team. I have it personally. We do have a lot of people that we're in active conversations with for specifically premium. Those groups range anywhere from.
We can't hear Steven very well.
Oh, Steven, we can't hear you.
Anywhere from
He's
like
not actually on screen here on his end.
Oh, here, do you want to just use my headset?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to put it to Steven.
All right.
Yeah, so we don't have, not me personally, I can't speak for everyone on our PD team. We are in active conversations with a lot of our premium beta testers. We have about 200 beta testers right now, and some of them are successful, pretty successful MSPs, anywhere from retired to active. We have people who have retired and just managing a small 25 computers. We have people that are actively running 4,000 plus computers, and we're in active conversations with them.
Good.
And just to add on to that, we are partnered with some RMMs that have been working with MSPs for quite some time. And again, we do have a lot of ex-LogMeIn, ex-TeamViewer users, that customers, MSPs that were with them for over 10 years. And the product was essentially designed through this customer feedback. So we have very good relationships with large MSPs. And in fact, today we have a meeting with a local MSP where we're getting some specific feedback from so we can provide the right capabilities and services. And we are very open to other MSPs. So if you're an MSP that want to provide us additional feedback, or we are very open to working with you and providing a service that works for you guys. You are our core focus in this.
Perfect. All right. Somebody asked how much, and you did answer this. If you wouldn't mind just putting that pricing page back up on the screen real quick.
Yeah, of course.
That would be perfect.
Let me just bring the...
And I see that you guys start at like $60 a user, and that's a year, right?
So that's the business access product. This is just an individual, one user account gets access to 10 computers. The remote support does start at a different price. Sorry, let me get back to that slide for you guys. So the remote support starts at, for example, the Plus package starts at 25 computers. That's $299 a year. The 250.
$299 a year. I know that that isn't a lot in the grand scheme of things, especially when you're comparing to other vendors.
Yes.
Can we pay that monthly though?
At this time, we do not offer a monthly SKU. We do accept purchase orders. If it is something that we maybe need to break up, it would have to be a manual transaction. Would quote you, right? But based on our current service now, it's all yearly for these products. We do have plans when the premium comes that will be a higher cost to have these monthly kind of options.
Perfect. And I just want to throw out there, we didn't touch on this at all. For members of MSP webinars,
Oh, sorry.
Splashtop is offering a 15% discount. And how does that only apply to new customers, or can that apply to existing customers too?
Steve, I think Tim has. What Tim relayed to me is if they are a member of MSP webinars, we have these with quite a few MSPs. If they are a member of your group, they can just touch with us, show that they are a member, and we can provide the 15% discount. So I believe it would apply to new and probably current members.
Perfect. And I'll have all the details on how to get access to that in the member portal, just so you guys all know. So that answers the pricing question. Someone asked if you're owned by Datto.
No, we are not. We are partnered with Datto though. Their remote access capabilities is Splashtop, just so people can have Datto and still add Splashtop, mainly for the ability to provide remote access to their end customers. And so you can, and we make it, Datto and us make it very easy that you can authenticate the streamers, because if you install a Datto agent, it already includes our streamer, but you can authenticate that with a Splashtop account, where you will have then our web console where you can invite users and give them access to their own machines. Another reason why you could buy us on top of Datto, excuse me, is if you want mobile access, so connecting from an iPhone, from a Android. I don't know if they have those client applications. You would want to buy us as well for that case.
And that would also apply to people that are using, I believe it's now called Datto RMM.
Yes,
so
Datto. So yeah,
endpoint management. So Splashtop is the, would you call it, preferred remote desktop solution that's built into the product. But as of right now, because everything goes through Datto RMM, unless Datto RMM has a remote desktop app for like iPhone or iOS, Android, whatever, you'll have to purchase your own account, so that way you can integrate your Splashtop key into Datto RMM, and that's something that they'll help you do. It's my understanding is it's relatively painless, but what it does is it gives you the ability to use your own desktop and mobile Splashtop software in order to be able to connect to all of those devices you manage.
That's correct. Thanks, Steve.
Now, the next question, I actually put this one on there. Can I provide tech support to iOS users? We saw you do it from Android.
Yes, with iOS you can, although Apple's restriction does not allow us to have control, you can have view only. It's downloading the SOS app on that iOS device and then providing the session code. So very standard, similar to the Android. You run the app, get the session code, give you the session code, and you type that in, you get access. You can view and direct someone on how to support it.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. And the process start to finish to connect to one of these mobile devices, it sounds like on Android you can do unattended or SOS, which is ad hoc. On iOS you can do ad hoc using SOS. So the end user of that device needs to download that application from their respective app store, install it, and then we'll just talk about ad hoc for now, because I'll need you to talk about the unattended on Android. So on the ad hoc version, they'll have to open up the SOS app on their device, and then they'll have a 9-digit code to give to you, the technician. Correct?
That is correct.
Okay, and then once you type in that 9-digit code in your Splashtop business app, whether you're on desktop, laptop, iOS, or Android yourself, you'll be able to connect to that device. And if it's Android, you'll have full control remotely. If it's iOS, you'll be able to remotely view said device.
That's correct. Yeah,
now,
go ahead.
I think
I
you're
was going
about
to say
to.
with the Android, we do give you the ability to download an APK. So you can just create that deployment and then download the APK and then just, upload it on the Android.
So I just want to clarify that. So we're creating an APK that is specific to a customer or a group, I should say, or is it just going to go into an ungrouped folder or whatever you call it in Splashtop?
You have both options.
Okay.
You can create a standard default deployment package, or you can create, by specific groups or specific users.
And if we deploy by sharing a link, does that also work if sharing that link with Android?
Steven, does that work? Sorry, I don't think the sharing the link works with Android yet.
Okay. So with Android, we send the APK, and I assume we would do that via email or Dropbox or something along those lines. They would download that APK, and assuming that they have the ability to install third-party applications or whatever that security setting is in Android, they'll be able to install it, which will automatically put that into your dashboard of Splashtop. Okay, so it sounds like for the unattended, there's a few extra steps when it comes to the end user. So if it's something that you, the technician, can get your hands on, it would probably be a painless process in the sense that you don't have to walk an end user through something simple for 45 minutes. But SOS might be the best approach for mobile for most of us, only because we don't want to deal with, let's just say it, we don't want to deal with stupid people.
That's hard.
All right, so remote access, is this going through a proxy, or how is it accessing this using the internet?
Everything's through port 443. You can set up a proxy, but we just use 443, and just our streamer pulls all that data from the endpoint, goes to our cloud service, which is we use Amazon and Google, and then you get access to those devices through our streamers. And I think our streamers have 2 channels for the streaming of the images, and then the streaming of if you have like multiple displays or background file transfer, background command access. Sounds
kind of neat. Well, one day I'll want to know how that works, but not right now.
Yeah.
just because I like there's a phrase I like to use with my customers. Do you want to know how the watch is made, or do you just want to know what time it is? Sometimes I want to know how the watch is made. Like I'm a nerd.
Well, I come from a business background, but since I work in here, I'm a nerd too. I'm always digging in on how it works. We have another enterprise product. I'm always trying to find out how it's actually done, and it's pretty impressive.
Yes. So someone said they're using Splashtop through Datto RMM, and they want to know if SOS is available. And I believe that's simply through a separate purchase, because SOS is never included with anything that you buy, whether it's through Datto or through Splashtop. You have to buy SOS to get SOS.
Yes, and it can be integrated with the AutoTask PSA or PTA, forget their ticketing system. PSA, it is integrated with them, so it can be fairly easy, and then that way from a ticket you should be able to launch the SOS.
It's actually pretty cool. Mm-hmm. That's actually really cool. All right. Robert asked, did I hear him say that this product will one day do system patching?
Yes, we are aiming to provide third-party patching. Right now, we are in the process of getting, what third-party applications are important. Most feedback we get of things like Adobe, is Skype one of them, Steven?
Look at basically everything that Ninite does.
Okay, Ninite. Yeah, I've heard of Ninite before.
Just make sure you've got, I would say, just about everything in that list. There's some weird things in there that you don't need to update. but I would say MSPs are generally pretty happy with everything that's in Ninite. The only time that they might want something extra is when we're starting to get into line of business applications that not many companies use. It would be nice to be able to manage, some of these things like, are you going to do Windows?
Yeah.
Okay, so you'll do Windows. And what versions of Windows? Are you only focusing on 10, or are we going to get some 95 out there, or?
I would say, I would say 7. I would say 7 and up at this point. With remote support in general, we do support all the way to XP right now.
I'm so sorry.
But I would say 7 and up.
Okay, that seems pretty good. And is Robert said home versus pro? Oh my gosh, I'm sure you'll do both. And how will this work with Windows 10 and all these wonderful feature updates? So it's one thing to do the monthly updates where they're doing all the security patching and all that type of stuff, but what about when they launch the fall creators update?
Steven, do you have any?
So we'll be able to, as of right now, the way that we have it currently architectured, you can select which Windows updates you're more interested in, if it's severe, anything super critical. We haven't really got our hands, and we really haven't had our hands on to mess around with a fall creator update per se, specifically on that update. If it's anything that's handled by the Windows OS, our streamer will be able to read it and parse that update.
Now, when you're doing these feature updates, is that handled by the Windows OS? Did I miss that part?
I'm sorry, could you repeat the question?
I'm not sure if I missed a part or not. Feature upgrades, are those handled by the Windows OS or not?
So the Windows updates for Windows 7 and versus Windows 10, slightly different.
No, I'm talking like the fall creators update and the spring designers update and whatever they're calling these stupid updates that they launch twice a year with Windows 10.
Oh, so for Windows 10, what will happen is it's going to be handled by that one's handled by the Windows OS. Anything regarding the updates, that one's handled directly from the Windows OS. For Windows 7, we have the option to kind of directly tell it to upgrade.
So if it's handled by the Windows OS, you can't touch it, is what I'm understanding then?
Yeah, if it's Windows 10, so the way that the Windows updates works between the two OS is a little bit tricky. We learned that the Windows 7, you can actually tell it to upgrade. You can tell the OS directly to upgrade. But with Windows 10, Windows has kind of changed the architecture in the sense that you can't force the update itself. You can force the OS, the operating system itself, to tell itself to update instead of forcing an update. It's a little bit tricky in terms of implementation. Not 100% sure how it'll come around for those fall updates, those that come twice a year. Like I said, we're still beta testing. We still have to kind of figure things out for those two updates.
Gotcha. Okay. And I'm wondering if maybe that explanation was just confusing me, because I don't think of it in terms as telling Windows to do an update or anything. I just go to the settings app and click on updates and click check for updates. So maybe that's where I'm getting confused with your explanation, but it's okay. It sounds like you'll do it someday.
And then if I'm sure the way you're mentioning, we'll probably tailor that way because of the feedback we'll probably get, and then if even once we have that beta option available, and customers do provide feedback, we'll tailor it towards our customers' needs.
Now, you mentioned beta. Do I have to be a paying customer to access the beta?
No.
Okay,
you have to do a Remote Support Plus trial, and then we can activate it for you.
Okay. Perfect.
Mhm.
Okay. What options do you have to integrate on my website or other ways to send this to my clients to download? Basically, I just want to make it as easy as possible for customers to install on their own for tech support.
Okay, so with the SOS, you can download, customize this application here and have the direct download. That way you can just either host those direct downloads for a Windows or a Mac on your website. You can send them there and they can click and connect. That's one way to have it integrated there on the SOS part. With the business application, you can launch the app. We do give you a URI command that you can launch the app from, let's say, a software application that you provide. A lot of people do that. It just does a call of the app. Maybe you add that app to your own software, and then you can launch it from that application.
We're probably not doing that, though. Yeah. Remember, you're talking MSPs. So we're talking, how do we, again, we need to minimize walking people through. We need you to go to sos.splashtop.com. No, S like stupid, O like operator. Like, you wouldn't, because they won't go there. They'll go down to the search. They won't go to the URL bar.
Yeah, I would say that the best way would be to customize the app and then get that direct download and just host that on your website. Maybe the easiest way, or just say a URL that you find very easy for them to type. Or you can, from the app, you can email it to them.
Okay.
Right? You can invite them and email it. Most people, there's some people that do it. They have a landing page, and that landing page just gives them instructions. I would say that, and then the direct download makes it easier because they don't really have to read anything. They just click and download, and then once that's downloaded, it'll just pop up the code.
And you said customize the app. So when you say that, are you saying I can like get rid of the on-demand support icon and put my own pretty picture and change the name from Splashtop SOS to Steve Hacker Extreme Galore?
That is correct.
Okay.
Let me log in here so I can show you this. Are you able to still see my screen, Steve?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
So all the Indian Microsoft tech support guys that are scamming you.
Yeah, so right here,
they can pay for SOS and then make a Microsoft logo.
So on my SOS client, once I run that, I can click on settings and customize, and then it'll ask you to log in. And then what you can do is you can upload a different picture here, change the text here, and I think you can change the color of the text, and you can change the background color as well. So,
that is pretty great.
Yeah. And then,
oh God!
Probably don't want to do that.
Please don't do that again.
Maybe do a white.
Oh.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm not very designer. So if you want to choose your own design options, then it's up to you really. That's a little better.
Oh, that's even better. Okay. So don't let Italo do any design for you guys, okay? you can let him walk you through tech support all day long, but that's our design, really that we can customize that.
Yeah,
that's really cool because now we're giving our customer a more tailored experience, and I think that's pretty important.
Yeah, one thing too is you can also hide, if it's unattended, you can hide the streamer from their hidden icons there, and then they won't even know that you have that there as well. So it can be very personalized.
Oh, that's perfect. That's all right. Price example: business has 5 employees that occasionally need access to a single computer. Would they need to purchase 5 users or 1 since it's a single computer being connected to?
Depends if they want to use that same user login. If so, then we don't really control it's designed for each user on the business access, but we don't control that concurrency on business access. So if you guys are okay using the same user account, just know that whoever has that user account will be able to have access to those computers. We know a lot of people do.
There was a spot I saw that it was like concurrent users though.
That's the SOS.
Okay. So if I have an MSP with 5 IT guys, but we might only have 2 guys in the office doing remote support, I would need to have 5 licenses, 1 for each person.
Are you talking to on the quick support ad hoc capabilities, or just unattended?
Unattended.
No, the unattended, no limit on number of users. You just pay by the number of computers.
Oh, okay. So unattended is only computer based. Doesn't. Sorry about that. So unattended is no user limit, unlimited. You pay by the number of computers. SOS, you're paying for the number of concurrent technicians using it. And then there's just the business, I want to remotely access my own computer, where that one is per user. Supposed to be per user.
Correct. That's correct.
All right. Someone said pricing appears to be geared toward a typical business, not necessarily MSPs. In the MSP world, things are based on monthly usage. Are things going to change to be better priced and available for MSPs? I think we touched on this earlier.
Yeah. So right now, everything is priced yearly. Sometimes we get, I think with the higher prices and packages, we do get the request for monthly, but we price it so competitively, usually that's not a big issue as far as the SOS, for example, because it's only $199 a year. So if we price them monthly, it's like $5 or
I think he's referring more to the unattended.
The unattended, yeah. So the unattended, depending which package you are, and again, we do provide the reselling capabilities. We can do a manual transaction if you need something more specific. However, as of right now, we do prefer yearly transactions. Everything's centralized on the admin portal. Also, certain little things like, our marketing, our, these yearly options and SKUs, helps us save resources as far as, providing all these specific options, and then we're able to provide a better price than other customers. And we also try to separate a lot of features and products based on use case, so we are able to provide a better price, and we're not breaking someone's bank all the time with like TeamViewer and LogMeIn, because that's sort of the feedback we get from ex-LogMeIn, TeamViewer kind of customers. But we do have plans of having a monthly or quarterly kind of option to be able to purchase. Can you hear me?
We have asked all the questions, and you've answered them all pretty well, Italo. So I think now it is time for us to. Well, wait. I gotta say, is there anything else you want to go over first?
No, I think we touched on the 2 solutions we're referring to: remote access and the remote support and the on-demand support. Again, feel free to reach out to us to any further questions if you want to set up the trial. I do want to, Steve, I don't know if you're going to touch that. We will choose 2 people. Maybe I can let you do that, and then just send us the contact info. We can provide the 2 licenses, and we will also have the discount available through the MSP webinars members.
Perfect. So we need to do a drawing.
Okay, cool.
We gotta. Okay, so I guess I should ask this: who wants a free copy of Splashtop SOS? This isn't Oprah, okay? You're not getting. Ben, sure. Like, I don't even know how to respond to that, Ben. I suppose. I mean, like,
I'll take it.
oh, brother. All right. So here's what we're gonna do. I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 people live attending here in Crowdcast. I've got some people watching in YouTube, but I don't actually know who. So if you want to toss a comment into YouTube, so I know who's there, if you actually want to participate in that. Same goes for anyone watching on Facebook. Toss a comment on Facebook. Let me know you're watching live, so that way I can include you as well. All right. So what I think, do you have a magical way of doing a drawing? Do you have a magical hat with all the names in it?
I do not.
All right.
Trying to think here the easiest way here. I wish it was like a.
No, I got this. I'm gonna put everyone through Excel, and then I'm gonna make it happen.
Okay.
All right. So, our first winner, I would have Italo draw, but that would make it really difficult. Oh, thank you, Andy. That makes it even easier.
Oh, mini pool. Thanks, Andy.
Andy wants to win. You can tell, right? I'll put Andy's name right on the top here. Make him feel real good. All right, Italo, while I'm doing this, can you I don't know, waste some time?
Sure. Yeah. Maybe I'll touch on the premium product that we're working on. Again, just a little bit there. Just maybe someone. I know it's a lot of information there, but we are working right now on a MSP product that can do the basics of monitoring and management, providing not only remote access to endpoints, but also the ability to set up alerting on that machine, see all the event logs, system inventory. Very soon there'll be ability to do reporting as well, and you have a background command access to the end computer. You'll be able to do background chat through the end computer, background file transfer. We'll also be able to work very soon on the third-party patching, and we'll have the one-to-many capability where you can, send out an executable, let's say, for multiple machines at once. And moving even forward from that, and we're working with a lot of customers, is we're trying to find ways that make the MSP life easier. Certain things we're kind of trying to diagnose. How can we automate a lot of these things? For example, automate maybe how you invoice your customer. Maybe you have a log, and then, or maybe at the end of a session, there's a way you have notes, or there's a report you can do there. Maybe there's some tags or something, what service you provide on that machine. And then maybe we start tracking that a little bit easier for you to be able to report for your customers or your technicians that do provide the service. And hopefully eventually there's certain automations where, like, from your mobile device you can perform certain tasks and whatnot. So these are certain things that we are working on. Just looking onto the future a little bit. Steve,
right,
looks
guys.
like you got mine set up. Our mini website.
I've got it ready.
Cool.
Wait, let me double check one last time. Make sure I didn't miss anyone. Oh, I did. Here's one more here. Okay. Got everyone here. First random. Ben. The I guess I'll take one. Why not guy? So Ben, Would you like me to provide Italo your email address, first, last name, so that way you can get your account set up? Okay, cool. So I'll get that over to you, Italo. And then the next person, Brandon M. Same goes for you, Brandon. Cool if I give them your contact information so that way you can get your free license, sir? Go ahead and put your email in the YouTube in a little bit, Brandon, but I want to make sure I've got the right one for you. So cool. I think that covers everything today, guys. Thank you so much. I hope Ben and Brandon enjoy their 2 copies of, well, 1 copy each of Splashtop SOS. I look forward to hearing how it works for you guys. Why not, right? Italo, any final words of wisdom for us?
Guys, thank you so much for taking the time and joining us today. Steve, thank you for setting this up. I hope we were able to cover and show you guys something, learn a little bit about Splashtop. We appreciate feedback once again. We do rely a lot on referrals as well. That's how our customers usually get to know us. We work very close with MSPs, and we're here really to tackle on the big guys that have been pricing things unfairly lately. So yeah, again, thanks again, and I hope to chat with you guys even more. Hope some of these guys can do a trial of our product, and our team can work with you guys on anything. And again, we're very open to feedback and really looking to continue on with our products here.
Awesome. Thanks so much, sir. And just a reminder, everyone. Also, even before I do a reminder, special announcement. Somebody just confirmed, I see, for Pluralock. If you guys remember, for members anyway, we've been kind of going back and forth about Pluralock. They are a different type of security product where basically it's a bio tracker instead of a 2FA key or anything like that. Sorry, my allergies are killing me, guys. So basically it like tracks how you type, your like speed and cadence, and how you move the mouse around and that type of stuff. So it's a really interesting sounding tool. And if you guys have watched Person of Interest, it really starts to feel like you're on the TV shows. All right. So that webinar is going to be happening Tuesday, July 24th. So in just a couple weeks from today, we're going to have a really interesting discussion with Pluralock. We've also got coming up Roundtable in just 2 days on Thursday, a ConnectWise Tech Talk on Thursday the 19th, Pluralock on Tuesday the 24th, Sophos on Thursday the 26th. You can go to mspwebinars.com and register for all of the ones I've mentioned. I got to get Pluralock up on there today, so give me a couple hours if that's the one that you're wanting to register for. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching this today, and to Italo and everyone else at Splashtop that helped make this happen. This was a really cool demo. You've got a fantastic product. I used it very extensively when I was a Datto RMM user, and I really enjoyed it, and especially the way it complemented with Datto. Because one thing that, well, never mind, we won't get into that. All right, so take care, everybody. Have yourselves a great day. Thanks again, Italo. I'll touch base with Tim here shortly.
Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.
Take care, everybody.